Okay, and hello and welcome. My name is Martin, and today we're going to be setting up our basic level that we are going, or the aesthetics for our level, so then that way when we create the other projects, they will all look the same, and we will make sure that we have the same dynamics happening inside your project that's happening with mine. So the first thing we're going to do is create a new folder for all of our projects to go into. So somewhere on your computer where you have enough space, make sure you have several gigs available for this. It could be anywhere from, on the low side, 5, on the high side, 10 to 15. So just make sure that you have enough space. Okay, so we're going to call this Evil Cubes. Okay, as far as the folder that we're going to be putting everything into. And at this point, we can go ahead and open up Unreal. So let's go ahead and double click and open. Now, theoretically, it's going to open up the last project that you worked on. If you've never worked on anything, or it might open up this screen. So it depends on what's going on. So we're going to hit New Project. We're going to hit First Person Shooter. We're going to make sure that it's Desk Console, maximum quality, and we're going to open it with the starter pack. From there, we have already designated or created a folder where this is going to go to. So let's signal back to that folder that that's where we want it to go. We're going to hit select. And from there, we're going to call this, we can call it project 1 underscore, and let's call this level. Nope, we're going to use that later. Let's go ahead and call this setup. Okay, so project 1 underscore setup. Let's hit create project. Okay, so when we open this up, we're going to make a few changes to the screen, just so then that way your screen ends up looking closely to mine, and then we know that the environment itself is not going to be creating any problems for us. So what we need is just one of the big boxes, one of the little boxes. All the rest of the boxes we can get rid of. So let's go ahead and start deleting those. You can left click and hit delete on your keyboard, and that will actually make the boxes go away. I am going to leave 2 of these boxes, and I'm going to leave them on this side of the screen, and I'll explain why in a second. I'm just going to put them in the corner. Okay, so let's grab this and stick, oops, that's going up. Let's make it go to the left, and I'm going to hit N to put it back on the larger. Yeah, let's put that over here. Fantastic. So just after starting, we've erased all the big boxes, and we've left just a little box and a big box that we have moved out of the way. All right, from there, I want you to go into geometry. I want you to grab a box, and I want you to drag that onto the screen. We're going to make this box 3500 on the X, and we're going to make it, maybe it's going to be 3000 on the X, excuse me. Let's try, oh, that's too little. 3000 on the X, and let's make it 4000 on the Y. Okay, so that should create a box that is now almost equal size with our game. Not that it really matters too much. Nobody's going to be able to be on the outside of our game, but we can check and make sure. Okay, make sure that this box does go to the back of the level. Okay, let's put it just on the back, and now we have something that looks like this. Okay, from here we're going to put our player spawn over here in the corner next to these boxes. So if we were to go now and click on, let's see, it's going to be up here in your world outliner, and there should be a first person character. Right now we can't see it because this is in the way, but let's move that back here. And actually, you know what, I'm going to put it here, so then that way we can actually put a name on this box, and then that way every time we spawn we'll be able to figure out what level we're on without thinking really too hard. The other thing is that I don't need this platform to be this tall. I actually want it to be not even a step up, so let's put it down. And to check this, let's go ahead and push play, and let's see if our character can just walk over it without us having to jump or do anything else. Okay, so let's hit escape now, and that will take us back to this. And let's push play just to see that, yes, okay, we are now seeing that correctly. So Okay, so at this point, we have removed the boxes. We have created a large geometric box, and is now on the is now created like an area that is separating where we're starting to where the gameplay is going to be taking place, or where all the action is going to be happening. The next thing I want you to do is come over here to the World Outliner box. There was text that was on your screen. Let's go ahead and double click on that text and bring it up. And let's bring it over to where we can see it. So right now it says first person template, which is fine. We needed to actually say, just for kicks, let's call this danger area. And if we go ahead and click enter, we would now have the text changed on that. The next thing we need to do is hit the space bar while we have the text selected. So then that way we can actually bring this up 90 degrees. So what I've done, let's see, is instead of it being flat against the wall, it is now vertical. And with it being vertical, we're going to now move this to in front of the box. Okay. So then that way when we spawn in this area, we know that this is our testing site. You can have any other text that you want there. You can call it text, you can call it project 1 setup. You can call it whatever you want. I'm just being cute and calling it danger area, but I do want it to be here, at least the text on the box. So then that way when we get into later projects, we'll use that as a marker in a way to be able to know where or what level we're spawning into or becoming a part of. Okay, so from there, let's put a material on the geometric box that we put in earlier. So let's grab content. Let's go to our starter content. Let's open up material. And the thing that we're going to need, well, the one I like using personally is this M-Touch, because it kind of looks like a tiled floor. And I kind of think of, like a testing laboratory or whatever. So that's the reason why I like using this one. You are free to use whatever you want. And also, if you want to dress this area up now, you can go ahead and do so. So then that way you have more interesting looking boxes. Let's make this a concrete box. Let's make this a green moss. Ooh, that didn't really look very nice. Let's make this look like rock. Okay, that's a little better. And let's go ahead and let's see if we can let's use the sandstone. Obviously, feel free to use whatever you want. And all I'm doing is just dragging the material from here onto the area. We should all know how to do this by now. There we go. So you have a fun little dressed up area now. All right, so that's actually it for this. We're going to go into creating our first enemies in the next lesson. So the next lesson will be creating cubes. Okay. Hope you found this interesting and helpful. And we'll see you in the next tutorial. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.